Okay, well, wanted to show first was the anemones. There's 4 varieties over here. All of these, basically these varieties are more, you'll see they're more of a summer, early summer bloomer. As you can see right now, it's really the prime time you really want to be selling these varieties. They are loaded with buds and just starting to show some colors. We did put on some, you can see the availability we have. We have some really good numbers, nice clean foliage. Like I said, more of a varieties that some bloom during the mid to late summer, but as you can see right now, they are just starting to get some color. And these are the 4 varieties you want to focus on. We do have September charms, but those are just some nice, it's just a nice foliage, but doesn't have very much buds to it. But these are the 4 varieties. It's more of a win for you. Next picture, please. All right, the Rose Osa double red. This right here it was just a minimum amount of numbers I could put on, but the Osa red is a very good variety to sell if you want to substitute for a red variety. There was a limited number of maybe 90. I was able to move the current. There is a good still rotation of crops when it comes to trimming of the roses being done. So basically, sooner or later, within a couple of weeks or months, we will be stopping some of these trims. But until then, you want to try to grab these varieties while you can. The red it's just starting to get some really good buzz. The foliage is nice and clean. But like I said, there's only a limited number I could put on these right now because the other half of the crop is not, it's basically just bloomed out and just ready to get trimmed. If right now you got the Osa double red, beautiful variety. Next picture, please. The rose double pinks. Now we have quite a bit of this. As you can see, they are just starting, they are in buds and are just starting to crack color. The double pinks is another variety that's hot as the double knockouts, but we do got some good numbers on this. I wanted to put the whiteouts as another one, a good variety you want to focus on because those are actually in buds and flowers. But for roses, you can see right here, the main one you want, double knockouts and knockouts are both a win, but we don't want to forget about these double pinks, so we got some really good numbers of these still available for you. Next picture, please. And we cannot forget about the peach lemonade. I love this variety right here. It is a good substitute for sunny knockouts and also for drift popcorns because it's similar to both varieties. This variety thrives in the heat in the summer. It takes a slow start off in the early spring, but when it gets to the summer, it just thrives. And we got some really good crop rotations for this. This is my next crop that's coming up. As you can see, it is loaded with flowers and just starting to show those popcorn flowers. And it's like, like I said, a good variety to substitute if you're looking for something else besides sunny knockouts or to drift popcorn.
And in my personal opinion, I think this is our best smelling rose. So if you're looking for something fragrant, this is probably the best one I think that we have out there.
It's a grabs. This is as you can see right here, this variety is just can full. It's a good substitute if I'm looking for something besides if the moonbeams are trimmed out and we don't have them on. This is a great substitute for that variety right here. Like I said, it's can full. I think me myself, I like this variety more than the moonbeams, but like I said, it's got some really bright yellow foliage to it or yellow flowers. It really brighten up your landscape. And like I said, I can almost roll run this variety because it's just like, it's nice, compact, and it's just ready to go. But like, so if you're looking for a nice coreops with some yellows, you can't go wrong with grabbing the Zed Grebs for right now. Next picture, please. Okay, right now we have the Campses. We have the 2 varieties, the Sunrise Gold and the Jazz. Now this, okay, the Sunrise Gold is just starting to get a couple buds on it. If you stroll down or up.
Down,
Right, I always struggle with that. So the picture that's on the left, that is the crop that they're pulling from for right now. But I did put on the other crop that's on the right, but we still got some really good numbers for the ones that's tall, that's on the left. As you can see, I have this in my yard myself. And I would definitely give this variety a gold star because it's a great variety for attracting hummingbirds. And like I said, I trimmed this, do a light trim on this to get rid of the shooters at the early spring. But once this variety established, you would not be disappointed for this variety. I'm actually going to try to get some of the other gold ones to balance them out some more of the colors. But I really recommend this variety. It's a great variety. And like I said, this one is in full buzz and it's showing some really great color. The next crop I have It's not making it all the way up to the top of the trellis, but as you can see, even at that small size, it is loaded with flowers. So let me say, so as you can see for the cactus, the Jazz and the Sunrise Gold, they're both a win for you. And now we have the Petite, and we also have the Knockout Tree Deco Pot. As you can see, we had a slow start off for the tree form in the early spring. They were just short and compact, and Jeff didn't want these going to current until they got some really good size on them. Right now, they are really a good size, and they're loaded with flowers and buds. We still got some good numbers for you, so we'll see if we can find a home for these varieties. And for the Petite, as you can see, it's another good variety. It's small, compact, loaded with flowers, and it's like both of these varieties are going to be a win for you. So let's see if we can find these varieties at home, so we ain't got to store them for the winter. Next picture, please.
There's a couple of really nice phlox out there. The ground variety, the emerald pinks right now are can full. They have a couple flowers coming up on them. Nothing too crazy as far as color on these yet, but the foliage is very nice. So if you're thinking ahead to, dare I say it, fall or winter, this is a good time to start getting these into your customers' heads so they can get them in the ground so that they'll come back nice and strong next year. We do have about 918, maybe a little bit less than that out there. This is the newer crop of these. We also still have some emerald blues that are out there that are really nice, but the emerald pinks are nice and can full, and they're nice and tight still. So this is a great time to get these out. Next picture, please. Always have to throw in a native plant, American Beauty. These look almost exactly like their stock photo right now because the flowers are almost perfect. I love this plant just because of the different color variety you have in there. You have some red, green, and yellow. So if you're looking for a multi-purpose plant and you're also looking for something native, we still have a lot of these. These are coming up really nice, and this is the newer crop that we have. A little under 800 of these left, and I'm going to try to get some more flowering native varieties out. I know that's the big talk right now, especially with bees and butterflies still. So we're doing a really great job also of selling through these Asclepias. I've been watching the numbers go through the Asclepias while I've been here anyway. But yeah, this is an awesome color variety if you're looking for something that's a little bit more colorful to get on their American Beauty stands. And the last two that I have for you are Salvia and Amorosa varieties. I have the rose and the blue. Did a little bit of research on the Salvia. They are in the same family as the sage that you grow in your herb garden. Nemorosa just means of the woods. So if you're looking for a woodland plant, something that you can put in a border or somewhere in your garden, a woodland type garden, pair these really nice with hostas, so you get a little bit of green and color in there. And they have really nice broad leaves, and these are going to have a ton of flowers. These flowers are a little bit bigger than, say, your May Night or your Friesland, and then they're going to last just a little bit longer. So great bee, butterfly, and hummingbird attractors here because of the larger flowers.
Well, first up is a new variety for us this year. This is the Prunus persica Corinthian rose, also known as a flowering peach. These are all in a 7-gallon. I think there's 100 of them on current right now. They have a double pink flower in the early spring, and they have the burgundy leaves, which also give you a nice fall color as well. These are known to grow really quickly up to the maturing size, but they do stay relatively small for an ornamental tree, only 25 foot tall, 15 foot wide. So it is more of a, I wouldn't say it's a columnar plant, but it is more of an upright, narrower tree. And then next up, these are more of just some updates. So these are the 7-gallon hydrangeas, some of the newer varieties. The first one is the Sweet Summer. Those are still lightly rooted out. They're not ready to go on the current quite yet. I am working with the growers to put on some more room so we can get those out on trucks. Other two are the Phantoms and Pink Diamonds. I know we talked about these probably about a month ago, but these are still looking really good. As you can see, the Phantoms do have some buds and blooms on them. The Pink Diamonds at this point do not have any blooms whatsoever, but very good size. And then lastly is all these Ceresis 7-gallon. There's 8 varieties in this one. I know a lot of you guys have been selling these things. I've been watching them go out on trucks all week. As we get down to the last of the crops, I am keeping an eye on it. So you may see some things roll off once we get towards the bottom of the barrel. So do keep that in mind as well.
I'll jump in on the Cirrus a little bit. You know, I've got to watch these over the years through a lot of trial gardens and a lot of trials, and there's just some exciting plants in this group. So these is some of the first ones to come through. There's been a lot of pressure on breeding these over the last 10 years. So you're just now starting to see the fruits of all that work. So some pretty neat stuff. It's gone through some good trials. You know, it's not your same old Cirrus anymore. So take a look at these, and these, I think a lot of people would have some interest in this. Try it eventually, but there is some wild stuff out there, and it's coming down the pipeline. So we'll talk to you about these in the future, but right now we settled on, you know, these new ones here, kind of test the waters, see how it goes. But they keep coming up with new ones and new ones and new ones, which we'll talk about. But let's start with these. These were really proven to be performers, so we wanted to tiptoe into this. But yeah, I got to see some pretty cool ones when we went to New Jersey in a test garden over there, and there's some wild stuff. But it's very, you know, I'm afraid of some of this is plant geeky. You know what? I got to be careful what I say. I got to make sure the masses will go for it. But yeah, there's some twisted ones, and some that Z branch. I can't remember the name of the one, but I think it's called Zigzag. It looks like the trunk looks like a Z as it grows up. They're all over the place. So let's start with the colors and the variegations. And yeah, I think these are exciting. So people hear red bud, you know, we're in August, big deal. Red bud in August. Yeah, it's got a heart-shaped leaf, but whatever. Now you got some colors, and you got some leaves, and you're going to get the blooms in the spring, and then you're going to have color the rest of the year. So that's a game changer. You're going to have a tree that has interest all year long, and it's not going to get out of hand, right? You know, red buds can be in a backyard kind of garden thing. It doesn't need lots and lots of room. So that's great to have that. It fills a niche, and yeah, I think it's a good plant to talk about.